Everybody, this is Donna Ziegenfuss, your librarian. Um, Glad to see you back this semester. I just wanted to do a quick little tutorial about this library module 2 because this module covers 3 weeks. So I wanted to go through the work that you'll be doing for your assignments as you go through these 3 weeks. So in this library module 2, the strategy that I'd like you to focus on for searching is related to digging deeper into disciplinary research. So if you'll remember in Module 1, what we did was we used some general search engines and databases to find information such as Google, Google Scholar, and USearch, the library catalog. Feel free to go back and use those again across these next 3 weeks as you're gathering information that you'll need to complete your assignments for this library module 2. But I just wanted to also have you go through the exercise of learning where the databases are that you'll need for doing art and art history research. So in the first week, I'm going to have you dig deeper into library databases, excuse me, and we're going to focus first on EBSCOhost. EBSCOhost is a database that's located in the deep web, not in the surface web. So last week, then the last module, we worked with Google, Google Scholar, which are available through the surface web. And you'll see from this graphic that only 4% of material that's available out there, 19 terabytes or so, and I'm sure that's grown a lot since this graphic was made, is available in the surface web. But 96% of the information is available through the deep web, or what's called the invisible web. And this is where there's dynamic content, which means that the information that you find is driven through databases. So you need to first log on with a password and a login because it's private proprietary material. That's valuable material, and that's why people pay for it. And it's also material that's not available on a static web page. You have to use keywords and search terms in order to find that information. So there's a lot more information available in the deep web that you have access to as a student here at the U because our databases are available through the deep web than through the surface web. So I just wanted to tell you a little bit about that structure of information because a lot of times students ask me, why do I want to use library databases? I can just find it on Google. And really, not all the information that you're able to find is available in Google. You can use Google hacks, and I'm going to get to that in week 3 to help you narrow down what you find in Google. But these databases have proprietary disciplinary focus material that will help you with your assignments. So for the first week, I'd like you to begin with EBSCOhost. So if you go to the library homepage and go to the Research Databases tab and click on E and come down to EBSCOhost Databases, a window will pop up which will allow you to select a variety of sub-databases topics related to your research. So this database, EBSCOhost database, its vendor is EBSCOhost, and it's a massive database with a bunch of different sub-databases in it that have everything. So there's medicine and legal and history and education and psychology. But these are topics below are the ones that I went through and looked at and think might be relevant to the research that you'll be doing in this class. Definitely select Academic Search Ultimate. It's a very big database that covers a lot of different disciplines. Art Full Text, Art Index Retrospective are ones that I would select. There's also some ebooks that might have some information about art history and different African American artists. And of course, these are historical periodicals, which also might have information. So select whichever one of these that you think might be useful for your research, and you'll be able to see a little brief summary of what's in these databases when you go through. And after you check all the boxes for a series of databases, you're going to click Continue, and then you'll come to EBSCOhost. I recommend that you click Advanced Search so that you see these fields. These fields in EBSCOhost are set up so that you don't have to use the quotation marks around phrases. And look, it already has and here. And if you click this little arrow, it says or, so you can widen your search. So you can put your keywords in here without having to use Boolean searching strategies. So fill in your fields and click the search button over here and see what you can find. I also have provided a link here, Library Research Discussion Board, so that if you have questions about using EBSCOhost or you need help with your artist that you can't find information, you can leave me a message on the discussion board and I can get back to you and answer your questions. In the second week, I would like you to search databases that the library owns that are in addition to EBSCOhost. So if you go to Research Databases again and you click on Browse Database by Subject, you'll be able to come down to Art and Art History and down to History, US. I think it's US and Canadian history. And then select databases that are there in addition to EBSCOhost. So you'll see that some of the EBSCOhost databases are in that list, but there'll be other ones. You can also select Oxford Art Online and JSTOR under Art and Art History to help you find additional information. In the last week, I'd like you to go back to Google and use some Google hacks to try to find material out there from arts organizations, museums, other collections that are available. So for example, in Google, you would type in PDF : no space and African American artist or your artist name and see what pops up that you may be able to find some specific information. Using PDF and colon will help you filter Google so that you don't find a lot of non-useful information on Google. You could also do .org colon and your African American artist name, or museum colon and then your African American name, or African American art, and see what you can find. These are some of the links that I found doing those searches that I made available for you to jump off of to start with and see what else you can find in Google. So these are, two of them are from the Library of Congress. One is from the Smithsonian. Dartmouth University has a African art resources, and some Philadelphia Museum of Art has a downloadable document, which was kind of interesting for teachers to use to teach about African American artists. You might want to take a look at that. And again, please leave me any discussion questions that you have on the discussion board. At the very bottom, I'm going to post a link here for an extra credit assignment that you can get 5 points for. If you do a reflection about your searching strategies over these 3 weeks, I'd like to know about the things that you still don't understand, or your muddiest point, the things that you're still having trouble doing. Maybe it's Boolean searching, maybe it's finding relevant databases, so that I can help you in future modules. I'd also like to know about your most valuable takeaway, so that I can use those things that you find interesting to help enhance the library modules that we go on from here. So please do that assignment if you can. There will be a link there. It's not posted there yet because it's not visible, but I will add a link there and it'll say click here to post your muddiest point or your most valuable takeaway. So happy searching, and then I'll see you in